Welcome, welcome. Pop in. If you've never been to one of my lives, hi, I'm Cindy. I explore the inside and the outside. And this is another live show that I do. I have two live shows here on YouTube. One is What's My Good Cheer? It's a daily um, live show that I set as a podcast. So if you can't catch me live, you can actually go into my playlists and you can come and hang out with me if you are, you know, up and around and not doing much. And sometimes we get into deep conversations. Sometimes it can be light sometimes, right? I said I could put my foot in my mouth. Right. Sometimes it's just in that company, you know, as we're all trying to do a little bit better by ourselves, right? And sometimes it's nice to have company in that journey, isn't it? Hello, dears. How are you? Everybody, thank you so much. This Sunday, oh, Kathy's here too. You guys, this Sunday, this Sunday, usually in the month, is show and tell, you guys. So I've got 3 bags here of show and tell. I didn't spend very much this paycheck. Well, I tried not to anyway, but I usually do stay in that $50 range. But when you work in a little thrift shop, that $50 you would think would be, maybe at least $200 in value, right? We try and price things around 25%. This weekend was our busiest weekend of the year. It was our dollar days. And truly, when we say dollar days, when you go to the bargain store and everything, you all complain, well, things used to be $1, right? Right. In this store, dollar days truly does mean dollar days. And boy, did we get our bums kicked. But what an amazing team. And, they pulled through the way they did. And I felt it, right? They did it for me. And, it's heartwarming that they like me, right? Number one, because you wouldn't listen to somebody, right? We all have those people in our lives, right? But me myself, if you don't treat me well, right? I'm right? You're kind of blocked out at the very least. Like sometimes we can't get away from the people that we would prefer not to be around, right? But because, right, we don't get to make those decisions, and whether it's at school or in your job, next door neighbor, it's in those, and it's what I teach all the time, that it takes all kinds to make the world. It's to be able to get ourselves to that state where we can appreciate these differences and not take them so personally because they just are not in our makeup, right? I'm grateful to having a chance to, right, to hang out and have relationships with different types of people, because it's given me so many different perspectives of the same thing, right? Just like us here. Each one of us here are so different, but we have those commonalities that make it so, right? We get to hang out every Sunday, and over the, right, the years, for the most part. I know my phone is here somewheres. Over the years, right, that we have actually been able to online in this digital age, um in this, that's my sister. She's putting her dog down. Let's change the subject. I want to keep it light, and here we are going into the sad. Her dog is very, very old. Remember, you guys may have seen her, because on my live, because on occasion I've taken care of my sister's dog when she wants to spend a little time with her boyfriend, or they want to go away or something. But he really is very, very old. It is a very, very old dog, and it's heartbreaking when that's the reason that you do it. Like, sometimes we can't cry over spilt milk if something happens suddenly, and right, you can't bring something back when it's gone like that, right? Unless you're Jesus, right? But seriously, and so sometimes it's in that knowing that one thing that helps us to recover and be able to. My sister's going to have she's not feeling that right now. She's feeling the sadness of losing her best friend, maybe not her best friend, but a part of her family that's been a part of her family for 15 years. It's a very, very old dog, and now it's blind and it gets dizzy and it doesn't move very fast, and right, and sometimes they stick around, but they just stick around out of love, right? It's love that keeps them alive, and I think that's what's going on with my sister and her dog. So, you know I think it's very compassionate and very hard decision to say, okay, well, right? We're going to make that appointment, and right, and say goodbye to that member of my family. This is my sister, you guys. You're driving me crazy. I'm going to have to answer this. I have no idea. She knows I'm doing my live. Oh, she sent me a picture. Okay. So Jojo got so bad she hadn't eaten for 3 days. We were going to take her on Saturday instead of waiting for my appointment on Monday. She's made a complete turnaround, but I'm still going to let the vet come tomorrow. But whether I go with it or not, I don't know. Oh, see. So yeah, her dog went for a walk. I don't know, maybe it got really sick, and right? And sometimes it's a state that those times of not being able to eat for a while, maybe that will become a reoccurrence over the next couple of weeks, right? Over the next couple of weeks. She's got to feel it out. She's got to make that decision for herself. That's a toughie, isn't it? Did you guys all see my video? I put up day number 3 of my Ontario adventure, Quantico Park, Provincial Park. If you guys haven't seen that video, right, go over there and watch it, or right, go over there and give me the thumbs up. I won't mind, right? And oh, awesome. Yes, I remember you, Owen. You left me a beautiful comment on my adventures. And it was just, walking the trails and having conversations. But I found it to be very interesting that how a few of us really think similar on some things. And so when I came in tonight, we started that conversations about being able to find commonality with each other, right? Those are the things, like, that there could be so opposite, me and Owen, right? But because we have some of these same commonalities when it comes to how we feel about Mother Nature, right? And just, you find when you have these similarities with people, that it can bring you closer and it can give you some understanding. And if they have other traits that might be difficult, right? You take somebody for the good that's in them, right? Because if you have common things, right? It's gotta be good, right? It's double the confirmation that it's good. And I appreciated, Owen, that you really enjoyed my video, and you expressed it lovely, actually. Yeah, it really warmed my heart. Hi, Kathy. Oh, okay. That's actually quite awesome. I got a few items, not much, most of the things that I picked up were, right, the baby clothes, because they were only 50 cents. They were only 50 cents. And I'm putting a little package together for Nancy for Christmas. And I know she'll like those outfits. So I'm sure there's a few outfits in here. And yeah, dinner plates. It seems that the past few weeks, I know I got dinner plates in here because I was worried I was going to break them. I don't know where they are, but they're in there. They're in there somewheres, right? So thank you everybody for popping into my live tonight. Hi William, I saw you, dear. Right? I hope I didn't miss anybody. But yeah, today is show and tell. Like I said, I am bagged. It's been a busy, fun, because it's where I thrive, right? Where I can really show the magic that I can bring to the table. Because I'm good, right? But I'm consistently good day to day to day to day, right? And so you take it as the norm. But when you really have to come to the table in all your problem solving and in the speed and in the customer service and keeping the stock and managing the breaks and stuff, it's really where you can bring in the most important, right? Because you want that high, right? Because that's what most impresses my boss is if we can bring those big numbers in and making sure everybody's got a cart, because if they have a cart they can fill it up and it means more money for us. I see so many people wandering around my store with clothes hanging over their arm and they can't even look at clothes anymore because they got 3 or 4 outfits. Well, that 3 or 4 outfits could actually be 10 outfits if they had a shopping cart. This is the way I think. I think of these little details in order to bring in the money, right? But again, it's shining on those difficult days, and it takes everything sometimes. But at the end of the day, you're proud of the job that you did because it can't be helped but noticed. And and if it's not expressed, because before I left, I told everybody I'm off for the next few days, right? I hope somebody says thank you for, right? They did. They sent me messages, but actually, right? We're a team, and I told them that they thank you, but it means more when the big bosses say it, right? Or they come in for their shift and they'll go, oh my goodness, the place was so clean, and the like, right? And pick out all the details, which were exactly that, details, things to be noticed, things that would help to take the work off of their plate. Yeah. And I have a few of my regulars come in every day, but they just don't do my store. They do all the stores, right? All the Goodwills. And they came in today and say that nobody had stock. Every store looked like a bomb hit it. And ours looked like a boutique. Well, they didn't use the word boutique. That's the word I use. I like to use because I had a boss who just loved to have her store looking and feeling in the experience of the shopping, and even for the employees, just so that you could have that pride in your job. She was magnificent. She's back part-time. I'd like to see her come back full-time, right? Things would be a lot more comfortable there, right? It's always better, like I said, when you have friends and you have people who care about you and have your back. And I hope she knows that I had hers, right? But I know for sure that she's had mine on a few occasions, and that's why I work so hard for her, right? And then when she had to take that break, it's why I worked so hard for her boss, because I was kind of like representing, right? Because she taught me. She was the mentor in that job. She was absolutely fantastic. I'm glad she's back. Okay, you guys, let's get into the show and tell. Let's get into the show and tell today. What bag are we going to dig into first? I think this one is going to be smaller. Okay, so the first thing is a pair of sunglasses. These are These were $1.50, so they were $1 for me, right? But the thing about these glasses is they're $25 if you, well, here in Canada anyway. In the States, they might be $15 or something because there's a little bit varying in the value of the dollar, right? But these are specifically, they're polarized, but they're for going over your glasses, over your prescriptions, right? And so when these come up, I buy them all the time. Why? Why? I don't like those strings, but why? Because if I had to buy a pair with the taxes, it'd be almost $30, right? And I got them for $1 with my staff discount. So it makes sense for me to pick them up when they do come into the store, because they don't come into the store very often, because people won't be able to go off and buy another pair because they are kind of expensive. It's not like bargain store sunglasses. For my orange kitchen, you guys, for my orange kitchen. Isn't it magnificent? I have a couple of these already, right? I have a few of these. Right? They remind me when I was a kid and my mother making whipping cream, right? Right? Now you do it with the black. I don't use a black. I prefer to use this, or even a whisk, right? But I had to buy this one because it's orange and it's going to look great hanging on my kitchen wall in my new kitchen, manifesting my new home, right? May even move. I've been contemplating moving, and when I say moving, I mean moving, right? But I'll let you know as I go. I'm living my life with a lot of riding the waves and riding the moments and feeling out the moment. So yeah, you'll know when I know. That's what I'll say. Okay. Oh, this was kind of nice. It was just a little, right? I like my books. I wish I had time to read them, but when the digital age goes down, right? I am covered. I am covered. And oh, right, you guys won't be covered because someone won't be able to connect, but we'll find another way, right? Yeah, it's just full of beautiful little quotes, right? Here, let's pull one. Let's pull one for the moment. I'm really good at this. I always find the most perfect ones. Okay, we're going to do this one. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. Do you know who said that one? Does anybody know who said that quote? I'll say it again. Faith is the strength by which a shattered world shall emerge into the light. When I read it the second time, it made sense to me whose quote it would be. This quote is actually a quote by Helen Keller, right? The lady who was blind and deaf, right? Yeah, so I got a little book. It was $1, right? It's $1. It's a pretty book, and I love quotes. I was brought up on quotes. I was brought up on quotes like some families are brought up on Bible verses. There was only one Bible verse that I knew the number, John 1:13 or John 1:14. So God so loved the earth, that one, that he gave his only begotten son. I don't know what verse that was. I wonder if it's in John. But John something is coming to my mind. But that shows me, right? And I went to church and Sunday school right up into my oh, I was close. Oh my goodness. I'm really impressed with myself. I'm really impressed with myself that I remember it. I said 3:14 though, didn't I? But wow, even to get that close, I'm not sure, but I started saying the Bible verse, right? Right? So maybe deep down in the programming, it's there. even though it's not practice. You know, going back epigenetically, going genetically into my past, there were a lot of bishops and archbishops and nuns in my family on my mother's side. She has her family tree going back to the 14th century, which was 13 something. And there's actual ladies in waitings, right? To um, Queen Victoria. Queen Victoria. I think there was two Queen Victorias. So it was the first one, if there were two of them. That's what came into my mind right just now. Okay, so this was $2.50. So it would have been about $1.80 with my staff discount. They're not Kleenexes. They're nitrile exam gloves, a whole package of them, brand new. There's 150 pairs of gloves in here, and for under $2. And I use them for when I put the pink into my bangs. You can see they're a lot darker. They don't even look red. They almost look brown. But I'm hoping after a couple of washes they'll fade out, and then I'm just gonna throw that color away. I thought I would try a purple. I was going to do purple and pink streaks, but the pink just blended into the purple and it just kind of made it a muddy wine color, right? Let me have a sip of my coffee. I just made a cup of coffee. I got home and I just had some crackers and cheese, put my feet up. I still have my moccasins. On. There's snow on the ground, you guys. It's cold. It's been snowing all week, and we're expecting some more snow. They say tomorrow might be a cold record. I was hearing. Oh, that tastes so good. Challenges. Me and my challenges, you guys. I challenged myself again. Because you guys know I'm working on my glasses, getting my glasses fixed, right? And they're expensive. And on my checks, the way I'm going to do it, I have to do it in the next check, right? And the next check will cover the cost of the glasses. It will cover the cost, but won't leave anything, like maybe $10, if that. And I'll have to go 2 weeks before I get paid again. But the thing is, in order for me to get my glasses out of my next paycheck, this paycheck, I had my rent to pay. I had to buy a bus pass. I had to pay my phone bill off, and I had to pay my cable off. I left myself, you guys. I spent yesterday. I spent $30 on groceries, and I spent $50. I have to pay my staff bill every payday. If I could let it run, I would let it run, but because I buy lots that they have to do it every payday. I'm sure if I said I can't pay this payday, they would be fine, but right, I have to stay on top of my bills. So I left myself, listen to this, you guys. I've got $6. I am going to go 2 weeks. Well, not 2 weeks because I've already done a couple of days. So I'm going to go 10 days on $4. But the thing is, I have everything I need. I've got projects I gotta do. I've got groceries. I got house projects. I'm going to be working on another video, not tomorrow, because tomorrow I'll either, if she's keeping, she's not going to put her dog down, then maybe me and her will be going thrifting tomorrow. But so that's kind of up in the air as to whether or not we're going to do that. But I also have to go do my banking because it's end of month and I have to get my bus pass and I have to pay my rent. I have to stay on top. So in order to be able to get my, because I won't be able to pay any bills, nothing next paycheck, because every penny will be going to my glasses, right? Yeah, you've never noticed. I got gun tape all around my glasses, and everybody's so kind. Everybody's so polite. Nobody's saying anything, and it's just so obvious, but everybody's just so sweet, right? But it is what it is. I'm not self-conscious about it because I don't notice it. But when I do notice it, then I think, oh my goodness, all those people I interacted today with. Okay, so it was dollar days. Um, oh, it was a 50% off sale. This one, a sale that they had, and I got two pairs of pants. Uh, for work, they're like good quality pants. So they were only for the two pairs. They cost me $2.50. Uh, $2.25. $2.25. So I got two pairs of tights for work. Um, I like hats. I just took all my hats back to work. I just redonated them. But I thought a cute winter hat. I don't have, right? I got winter toques. I got baseball caps. I got those big furry things with the ears. You guys want to see what I wore to work today? It was so funny. Well, it wasn't funny. I loved it though. It's going to serve me really, really well. But I was dressed up this morning like it was 40 below zero. This is what I was wearing on my head. So you have an idea of how cold it is, okay? This was my hat to work today. This was my hat to work today. And then I had the matching mucklucks. And then I had the matching mucklucks, right? Really, really cold here, right? But it's also at that stage where there's still lots of moisture in the air, right? So sometimes that moisture is kind of biting, isn't it? 82? Oh my goodness. 55 now. So that's below room temperature. Yeah, so it's getting cold. Here in Winnipeg, it is -6 Celsius. I'm not quite sure what that is in Fahrenheit. It's -6 Celsius. It is. It is. I've got a few of these. When they come into the store, I always buy them, and they're good quality ones. So not the cheapy ones, right? These are just really good ones. I had an American Eagle one last year, and then I washed it in the spring and I turned it into a baby hat. I should have sent it to Nancy. Right? Oh, it would have looked cute on one of her dolls. I just shrunk it so small, right? Oh, Alice, you made me feel better about that. You heard about my $4. This is my sister Alice. Why I was just saying, Alice, that you may be changing your mind about what's going on with JoJo. Sorry to hear about JoJo. That's sad. Yeah, but I have a few of these. Oh, but look at this. My cheeks are going to be warm this winter. My ears are going to be warm, right? So, yeah, I guess that's true, right? I have a great job. Okay, so what do I got next? Oh, this is well, I let's see whatever comes out first because it's all jammed up in this bag. Oh, okay, here we go. This is for I got a few of these. I got this for my sister Alice. She likes the sparkly stuff. So I got her a brooch. And then I got her I got her another brooch, right? I got her another brooch. And then Oh, I just got this for when I go camping. These are really good. Just little samples for shampoo and conditioner. But you guys, this is amazing. I paid $2 for this with my staff charge. I paid $2 for this. It's my new garbage pail for my desk. Isn't it amazing? Like, this is like a $30 garbage pail that I got for under $2. And Alice, you're right? These are lovelies. Like, I have a bargain store garbage pail sitting here with pansies all over it. It's just a silly thing. It does the trick. But oh my goodness, isn't that amazing? I wonder if the insert comes out. Right? And then oh yeah, the insert comes out too, so I can empty. But I usually just put paper and stuff in it anyway. So yeah, I like it too. It's just a garbage pail, right? And then I lost my wallet, but when me and my sister went thrifting last week, I bought a new wallet for my bag. But I guess I had this in my staff one because I was looking for one, right? Just to put my phone and my wallet in there, so that when I dig in my purse, just to check to make sure it's there, because that's one thing I do a lot of, is double checking for my stuff. Oh my goodness. When I went out to Ontario twice, I thought I lost my purse. Did you see my orange whipper, Alice, for my kitchen? I got an orange whipper. I'm so excited. It's so hard to find orange things for the kitchen. This is pretty cool. I paid $2.50. 3 times 2 is 60, 70, 84 cents off. So this cost me about $2.50. It's a pad for my laptop, so that when I'm editing, this will keep it lifted up, so that the cool air will be able, or the hot air will be able to come out of the laptop. So yeah, that's a laptop tray. And also, if I happen to have a cup of coffee on my desk, because sometimes I forget, like I am right now. I know I'm not supposed to have a coffee on the desk if I have my laptop on the desk, because I'm so clumsy that way. But at least this will make it so that when I spill my coffee, it won't get on my laptop. It'll keep my laptop off the desk. Yeah, so a couple of brooches for my sister Alice, and I'll just put those by the front door. I got her something else. I can't remember what it is. I got her a couple of things. They're sitting there. Okay, next bag. Is that empty? Yes, it is. Next. Oh, did I say that I use these gloves for doing my bangs? Right? Because I do my bangs on Sunday nights for the next week. Because I wash my hair, and when I wash my hair, it slowly fades out until it's a light pink, right? So I usually will brighten it up on Sundays, or is it Sunday, Monday, Tuesday? On Wednesday nights before I go to work, right? So yeah, that's what I use those for. Okay, what else? Okay, so outfit number 1 for Nancy, right? I got her this little outfit for her dolls. Isn't that cute? I think she'll like it. It only costs 50 cents. And then I put a little Christmas hamper together for her. She'll like that, right? So I got her that. Some of these aren't for her. Some of them are for my patches, because I'm collecting patches for jeans. Oh, this is a cute one. I got her the little Winnie the Pooh with the little pants that went with it for her dolls. Like I said, I'm putting a little Christmas package together for her. Aw, look at that. Right? And I got her this little panda outfit with little teeny weeny little teeny wear pants underneath it. Yeah, she'll like that. Her pants. And then they're like newborn stuff. I think she said her dolls were newborn, right? So look at that cute little outfit with the little shoes. So I got her that for the dolls. And these I only grabbed them because they were 50 cents, right? And then uh oh I got her this one. It's just a little sleeper thing. And then just a little black short sleeve top. Nice top for work. So I grabbed that for myself. It was $1, right? It was $1. And then these patches are mine. I bought this jumper because this is what I do is I cut the patches out and then I sew them onto the jeans and onto the coveralls, right? Maybe I'll sell my coveralls. Sell them for $500. They're worth it. My coveralls are amazing. And then, I got her these little pair of newborn pants for her dolls too, right? So hopefully she'll like that. She's gonna have the 31st on Halloween night, you guys. She's doing her train. She does a train every year. She has a platform. She does it like a little town and stuff. So I always gonna make sure that I pop in. I'm sure I'll get a notification. I love the colors on this coffee cup. So of course I had to buy a new coffee cup. It's a nice one. I like it. Maybe I'll use it tomorrow in my live show. Okay. So I had the granny wagon and then we're done. Right? My bill was, I think, $53. $53. Okay, I did say I had some dinner plates. So dinner plate number 1. Got a dinner plate. And then it had a little matching plate. I only bought it because it had the sandwich plate. Well, I would have bought the dinner plate anyway. I have about 60 dinner plates now. I thought this was great. It's a book. It's practical problem solver for all kinds of problems. On the spot solutions, hundreds of everyday snags and mishaps, and lots of answers, charts and checklists, common things with uncommon uses, recycling, renewing, formulas, and recipes. Right? So I thought that would be pretty cool to have around when the digital age crashes and nobody knows how to move from day to day without their phones. Right? Okay, next. A pair of socks. They were 50 cents, but they were orange. And you guys know I love orange, and I only have a couple of pair of orange socks. So a pair of socks, 50 cents. And I didn't have this color pair of socks, so I got 2 pairs of socks. Green. Like forest green socks, winter socks. Oh, they're so cool. Now I don't have much in the way of green for tops, but I'll find something. Okay, next. Oh, I got a brush for my cat. It was only 30 cents, right? She has a brush, but I think she'll like this one better because the other one is metal prongs and these are plastic and they cover more space. And I think she'll like a good brush with this. And it's actually quite comfortable to hold. So maybe I'll surprise her when I'm done my live show tonight and go over and give her a brush. She really loves her brushes. Okay. Oh, this was cool, you guys. I don't know if you've ever seen a wasp this big. I love lucite. I've come to appreciate lucite quite a bit. I have a few pieces of lucite now. So when I come across lucite items, I try and buy them. This was only $2. This was only $2, but look at that bug. Look how big it is. It's absolutely massive. It's just a massive. I wouldn't want to get stung by that, right? But I thought that was a pretty cool necklace, right? Right? Hopefully he didn't die for the cause, that maybe he was already deceased. Oh, the fountain pen. Yeah, it's sitting around here somewheres, Alice. I didn't find one. I didn't find one today. Oh, gosh. Nancy, I'm not buying you no more clothes. You got so many. Look at that cute little outfit. Oh, I think she'll love the little outfits that I picked. I picked out the cutest ones, right? So yeah, I'm gonna send those off to Nancy. The parcels are going to be sent probably kind of late. I think they're going out on December 12th. So hopefully it's enough time for everybody to get their parcels. I don't yeah, I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll figure it out. An orange vase for my kitchen counter with a couple of flowers in it, right? Or maybe I could make oil and vinegar, right? And for my salads. Yeah, I thought that was a good little container for the kitchen. Okay. Oh, plate. Oh, I love this one. I love this plate. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love nice dinner plates. I don't have two plates the same except for my Corningware. My Corning is my everyday dishes, and then every other dish is unique to my cupboards, right? Um, ooh, that's pretty. It's canary yellow. It's not doing it justice, I can tell, because this is a really nice canary yellow, and yeah, it's not doing justice. Oh, I know what it is, you guys. It's my motion detector. When I move, it turns on. And because I've got it on multicolored signals, it mixes with the lighting in here. Oh, two little orange custards for my cupboard, so I can use them as little casseroles in the oven, or I can make custard and put them in there. Make little sundaes. I could use them for condiments on the table. Um, right, little rice bowls. Need 4 times that much of rice, right? But little orange bowls, and I can see the coloring is off because that looks yellow, and these are actually quite bright orange. I don't know if I got them close that you could see that they're actually orange. No, they look yellow no matter what I do. Yeah, I'll check out the tint on my computer. Maybe it just needs an adjustment. Okay, next. Oh, it's a new bubble mug. Oh, I got a new bubble mug. I love the bubble mugs. They're my absolute favorite. They're very expensive. They're like $40, right? If you were to buy a bubble mug. But the quality that you get, you can't compare anything out there on the market to the bubble. I truly believe not. And yeah, this was only $2, less than $2. It doesn't even look like it's ever been used, right? It doesn't look like it's ever been used. So yeah, new coffee mug. I like my coffee mugs. Table napkins, orange. That was a good one, right? Right? Those will look nice being folded on. Being folded on. I'm good. I'm a good napkin folder too. I'm a good napkin folder. Let's see if I can fold a napkin properly. No, because the thing is all attached. But yeah, I thought those were quite lovely. So I I grabbed those. Those will be napkins if I ever have friends over. I don't remember the last time I ever had friends over. Oh, okay. First person that can tell me what this is. See who's the smartest person. You can do research if you want. It's double fabric to look like there's padding inside. The white is kind of off along here, so I'm assuming it's vintage. Is that German? Is that flag German? I don't know who the flag is, but what the actual item is, you guys. Let's see how smart you guys are if you know the what this item actually is. I recognized what it is right away because I had one in the store once before, and I had two customers fighting over it, right? They saw it at the same time, and they were so excited. And yeah, and this one is even in better shape. It's like super solid. It doesn't look as old as the last one I had, but Andrew, you're 100% right. It's for a funeral or a diplomatic visitor. What they would do is you take your antenna off the car, you unscrew this, and then you screw it into where, oh, it is a German flag, eh? It is a German flag. And then you screw it into the radio antenna. You screw it into the radio antenna, and you usually use these. I'm sure, I know I've seen them before. Like, I only needed to be reminded what it was. But yeah, that's what it's for. It's for diplomats when they come into town, like if the president, I don't know if the president had his own flag, but I'm sure he had some kind of thing going on, maybe the American flags on each side, but it would have been, yeah, it would have been attached to the radio antenna. So I don't know what it's worth, but I grabbed that for my sister Alice, only because I know it's worth something, because the gentleman who grabbed the last one, and it also has a light. I think something lights up so that if it's at nighttime, it flashes or something. But research it, Alice. Do some research and then come back and let us know if it's worth anything. But yeah, it's coming to the store once before. And the only reason I grabbed it is because I thought it might be worth something, because the guy who really, really wanted the last one so bad, he was an expensive vintage car collector. He had like over 20 cars. His collection was worth a couple $1,000,000, like lots of money. And he had a couple of these, right? And he got it, right? But that other guy, I think, had his hands on it first, but somehow he ended up getting it. But yeah, I just grabbed that for my sister Alice. So she's got the two brooches and this flag thing, right? What am I gonna do with it, right? What am I gonna do with it? Okay, next. This is beautiful, right? I don't know what it was used for. It's a big piece of fabric. It's absolutely massive. It's probably 8 feet by 5 feet. Maybe it's a tablecloth, or maybe it's a curtain. It'd be pretty funky colors if it was a curtain. It is finished along the edges, and there is a tag on it, but it's in a different language. But it does say it's machine washable. So I'm thinking it's a tablecloth, but it was such beautiful fabric. Wow, like such beautiful fabric and big piece of fabric. and it was less than $2. And I thought, if nothing else, I don't buy things just for the sake of just spending money, right? I thought this would be lovely on my picnic table when I go camping next year, that I would take it with me and it would be my covering on my picnic table. How bright would that be? I'm going to rent that camping spot the next time I go. I'm going to stay at the same place as my first spot, and that little beach, that one camping spot where you had to walk in like a quarter mile into your camping spot, and then you had your own little beach there. That's the one I'm going to rent. And hopefully it's nice and warm, because I always go the same time every year, right? It's already starting to cool off. This was a really, really old picture, right? But it was kind of sweet. And because, you know, my totems are trees, and it was titled Trees, look at the beautiful tree there, that I had no choice but to grab it. It was only 75 cents. And it's an antique. It's all falling apart, but I'll fix that for sure. But what a lovely piece. It might go well just in my hallway, just on the corner by the door. And you guys know I love my trees, right? Um, oh, this is sweet too. This is also very strange because I've been thinking about this, you guys. Um, when my mother passed away, my sisters had a hard time talking to my mom about death and stuff, and they were clueless as to even what she wanted, the funeral. We never had those discussions, right? And my sister Tracy asked me if I would go and talk to my mom and get the details. My sister Tracy knew I wouldn't be that emotional. I ended up being very emotional because it ended up being a moment of forgiveness and, saying goodbyes. And I was right. And I'm not sure if my sisters got to have that chance to have those real goodbyes, but I did. And also had a few moments for forgiveness. But that night, when, right, we didn't know when she was going to pass away, but we needed to get the details, right? And we didn't expect it. But after I had that conversation, I went to leave the room, and then I turned around and I came back into the room, and I grabbed a big book that I had. It was a big coffee table book on Egypt, right? I recently took it down to the library downstairs, right? Thinking bad mojo when I was thinking about this story and about what I did with this pencil case. Um, I turned around into the room, and in my head, I said, I'm never coming back here. I don't want to lose my book. This is the thought that came into my mind after I had this conversation with my mother. And I turned around and I grabbed the big book, and she'd already passed out. She was heavy on the medications and stuff, right? And I left, right? And that night she passed away. We weren't expecting right away, within a few weeks, a month, but that very night she passed away. And I found it very curious, like, how did I know to take that book, right? To turn around and get that book. How did I know that I was never coming back to that room? I was never coming back to that hospital. How did I know that? Right? Because I did know it. I just knew it, right? And sometimes in that preparedness, and that was part of that preparedness, was being able to have those goodbyes and the forgivenesses, and right, tidy up all those loose ends, and for her too, right? And so I questioned it a little bit. So I noticed that it's not unintentionally, but mindlessly, I tidy things up. And it makes me curious as to why certain members of my family I are on my YouTube channel, or are okay with the social media, and others are not, or like you guys have never even seen what my sister Tracy looks like, right? That it makes me curious as to why, when she was such a major part of this story that I'm playing out, and as to why I'm here now, why isn't she a bigger part in those conversations? Well, this past week or so, I'm finding I'm doing the same thing at my job. I'm tidying things up, and I'm taking notice. I noticed, right? And one of those tidyings up is this pencil case. You guys know, who've hung out with me for any length of time, that I had a very rough time a few years ago, and right, almost lost the roof over my head. I couldn't keep a job. I went through some mentorship and through COVID, all of that, and these people were so amazing in me getting this job, and right, and just taking that chance and trusting people, and determined. And every day I went to that class, and every day I went to work, not knowing if I was going to come home and not have a home. And so he collected pencils. It was something, him and his grandfather had a whole bunch of pencils. His grandfather used to keep pencils of different businesses. In those days, they used to write the business names on the pens and stuff. But he was very specific about his pencils, right? And so uh, I collected some pencils because I was at the thrift store and they came in. So I made him a little collection. I gave it to him, and he went absolutely bonkos, like he was a 5-year-old a 5-year-old kid. It was absolutely just adorable, and it just lightened me up, not just the way he lit up like a Christmas tree when I gave him those pencils, that I kind of made it a tradition, right? So I've done the pencil thing for him a couple of times, and he specifically likes the because it's something that has an attachment with his grandfather, right? That he specifically looks for the business ones. And so over the past year, because I gave him one last year, over the past year, I've been collecting all these business pencils. Like I said, he'll sit there and he can't even concentrate because he's looking, oh my goodness, Subway, and oh my goodness, CN Rail, oh my goodness, Burks, and he gets so excited about that. But I find, right, it's in that tidying up. Christmas is still a ways away, and I'm tidying up, right? And it's just not like in the pencil case. It's like I said earlier, like getting on top of my bills, getting on top of things. And I closed off my car co-op, knowing that there was going to be, well, the buy-in, which I had $500 buy-in, that's coming back to me. And right, for me, because I know the patterning, it's of tying up things. But I'm really not in the position to be, right, to be giving up a job that's putting a roof over, like literally putting a roof over my head and allowing me to show up here fresh like a loaf of bread every single day, right? So I find it curious that I'm tidying up things, right? I'm tidying up things. I'm making resolutions on the relationships. I'm writing. Well, I haven't started yet, but I made mental notes that I have to start working on some of these references, because there's a couple of people I work with that they'll be moving on. They won't stay. Things will change if I'm not there. Like, they love their job. A part of loving their job, and I'm not being gloaty about it, but part of that loving that job is that team that we have, like how we lift each other up the way we do, how we support each other, right? Yeah, so it will turn a little bit different. Okay, you guys, next. Love these. But they're just a pair of runners, Cindy. They're just a pair of khaki runners. But yeah, but number one, they're brand new. And number two, they're Pumas. They're Pumas. These are very expensive runners. and they're lined in orange. If the orange wasn't there, I would have said they can go. Somebody else can have them, right? But you know I'm in love with orange, and right, like I needed a new pair of runners, like I needed a hole in the head. I didn't need that either, right? But they're Pumas and they fit comfortably. They're a good runner, right? And I need a good runner, and they'll be cute. I need some khaki outfits now. Okay, it's getting to the bottom. These were really nice because when I went camping, you guys, that first one, Rushing River, that was right next to Sioux Narrows. And these two tiles were framed long, long time ago. It looks like the 50s. And I liked them, and I was going to buy them because of the ducks. I like tiles. I really love tiles. I would probably have popped these tiles out of these frames and just kept the tiles themselves, but I can't because they were made specifically for Sioux Narrows. These were actually painted and fired and glazed, and they were actually commissioned for Sioux Narrows Provincial Park. Isn't that absolutely amazing? And those ducks are probably right, actual scenes from the park. So yeah, I love them. So I don't know where they're going, and they were $1.25 each, you guys. $1.25 each. Absolutely amazing. For now, they're going to go on my nature wall. At some point, when I tile my kitchen with my amazing tiles, maybe they'll get popped out of the frame. And a pair of work pants. I think that's the last thing in there. Oh, no, something else. Oh, a couple of things. Oh, bobby pins. Why did I say, oh, because I wanted to do the two braids on the side, and then I wanted to tie them across my head like a little Dutch lady. I used to wear my hair like that when I was a little kid, right? And I couldn't remember how it was done. And a lady came into the store last week, and her hair was so cute. She was wearing that braid that goes from one side to the other. I says, I've tried to do it, but I can't get it all to the other side. She says, well, that's not how you do it. She says, you make two braids because then they only have to meet in the middle, right? So you wouldn't get the braid to cover the whole side to the other end, but you can get them to join in the middle. So then I would need the bobby pins, right, to put the braids in place. And the last thing I got was a stretchy bracelet, right? Wouldn't be me without a stretchy bracelet. You guys, that's everything. Oh my goodness. And we are done early today. It was quite a bit of stuff in there. There's quite a bit of stuff. It was kind of light because I wanted to be light because I was dealing with the heavy stuff. Well, to me in my life, right? The computer, the issues with the editing. Today I got up. Well, last night I did all the thumbnails that I said I wanted to do. And then what I did today is I got up this morning and I removed all the video. I can't believe how much data that those videos were taking, because I think I rendered them a few times and they were taking up huge amounts of space on my laptop. And I was so proud of my laptop. It didn't even seem like it was any kind of issue at all. 2 years ago, when I was editing urban exploration videos on my PC, oh my goodness, my PC sounded like a Harley, right? Trying to get the work done, and I managed to get the work done, but it wasn't pretty. It was hard, and it was always really scary whether or not the computer was going to crash. But I'm really pleased on how well my laptop is holding out. Okay, so let's come into the comments, you guys, and I'm going to just put some of this stuff back in here. and then I can clean that all up tomorrow because I am done for the night. I am done. I am done. Everything. Oh, but back to the pencils. So yeah, he's gonna love his pencils. So I'm gonna make him a great big batch of peanut butter chocolate chip cookies, and I'm going to give him his pencils. And like I said, this might even be the best Christmas present he ever had. Okay, we'll just look at a few of the pencils I got. I got Ringette Canada, ringette.ca, and it says got ring, got ring, got ring. Is that curling? Ringette. Is that curling? I don't know what that is. This is Venus drawing pencil. Oh, the company is there. It's in too small print. I can't read it. Stadler, some kind of computer company. That looks like I didn't pick good ones, you guys, because there's so many good ones in that box. Oh, there's one from CN Rail. There's a good pencil, right? That's a train. That's a train company, right? And then it got some architect ones and construction ones, and yeah, but every single one is some kind of business. So we'll see. Maybe he'll like it. What kind do we? Oh, look at this milk kick. That's an old pencil, isn't it? Isn't that an old pencil? It's like chocolate milk. An old chocolate milk pencil. Yeah, so he'll have fun, and that'll be his Christmas present. Kind of a tradition that, as long as I'm here in Winnipeg, right, and that I haven't moved away or anything, that I will continue to do his pencil bags. But I was just thinking, it was kind of curious. Oh, we didn't even try that hat on. The winter hat. Oh my goodness, you guys. Isn't that adorable? Is that just not an adorable hat? I look good in hats. I look good in hats. Yeah. So we're just stuffing the bag. Yeah, so I got to put a few things away for my sister. Did you say we were going out tomorrow? If you're not putting your dog down, Alice, right? You got to let me know, cuz yeah. Oh, if they come across, they don't come in very often, the pens, as they used to. You like that hat, Alice? I thought it was really cute. It's not a warm hat, but it's a cute hat, right? Maybe I'll wear one of my cute coats that I don't wear. That was the first time I wore my furry hat today. But like I said, I have a few of those. I have a few of those hats. So did you get any information on that flagpole thing? Oh, my sister's brooches. There were a couple of them. I'll just throw them in there for now. Okay, let's come into the comments and see what you guys are yabbering about. And we're going to come up. Oh, wow. You guys have been yapping. Who was an accused witch, William? Oh, KG. Holy moly. Your family ties go back. We have our family tree also. It goes back to the 13th century. Like I said, tons of bishops, archbishops, nuns. That's all on my mother's side. On my father's side, the Cogang, they were ruffians. I think they hung out with one of the big famous train robbers, Billy the Kid. They hid up in the mountains, but yeah, they robbed train cars. That's what they did. They robbed train cars. That's what they did for a living. Yeah. And then yeah, it was either they were going to get caught or they came to Canada, and I think that's how my family got to Canada was I don't remember what they called them. Rangers? Did they call them rangers? The people that kind of sheriff the wagon lines and stuff. Right? Agreed. That's a really I love my garbage pail, Alice. I love my garbage pail. Oh, okay. You're a key keeper. Oh, that coffee feels so good. So good. No. Those clothes are for Nancy. I'm just putting a little Christmas package together for Nancy. I'm going to send it off to Nancy. So oh, don't get Alice excited about the fountain pens, Andrew. She's fanatical about the fountain pens. Don't be telling Alice that stuff, Andrew. She'll end up with her pen. She's very determined when she gets enticed by something. You can't resist her. It ends up in her pocket. I have some of those dishes, dinner plates in my cupboard. I actually have some very, very expensive. I have some spode, which is supposed to be some of the most expensive dishes out there. I have beautiful, beautiful dinner plates. Really? I never used a fountain pen ever. I never even tried a fountain pen. I've seen them lots of times, but I've never used a fountain pen. And in fact, as a kid, I never had to use pencils in grade schools. I was always given special permission to use pens. I don't know why I refused to use pencils, but to me, using a pencil felt like nails on a chalkboard, and the only way I would learn would be to be allowed to use a pen. And yeah, even like first, second grade, I was using pens. I don't know why they allowed me to use a pen, number one, because I must have been pretty adamant, right? And they must have involved my parents, or maybe my parents were the type of people who would just be like, figure it out on your own. She's yours during the day, right? That would be my parents. They never went to the parent teacher meetings or right, though they did come to my graduation when I graduated high school. My parents came to my graduation. That was nice. Huh? Well, Andrew, send me some pictures of your pens if you know how to do it in your emails. Just attach a file and just send me some pictures of your pens, and I'll send them to Alice so she can research them, because she just do it for fun, right? Just to let you know, because it might be something that you'd want to disperse of properly. I know you've been like looking at, right, disbursement of your belongings and stuff. And if you knew the proper value of your things, because some things I have, I take it for granted as just things that I have, but in all actuality, they're worth quite a bit of money. But I keep them because they give me joy, not because they have value. But if I were to pass away, well, I guess I would need to designate them who they should go to, right? Especially those things that I really would like to go to people. Okay. I'm just looking at the comments, you guys. You guys yap more than I do, like I always say. Oh, was there a time? Was there a time that there was that kind of eagle on it? Because they actually look like patches, you know. They look like patches that have been sewn onto this, right? Yeah, I don't know. My sister will figure it out. When she does, I'll let you guys know. She'll get the research done on it. Yeah, but I know they were used for dignitaries and they were used for funerals, right? Oh, you like my pumas, eh, Andrew? I like them too. I like the khaki green. I like all kinds of green, but green has just started getting popular again. It hasn't been popular since the late 90s or early 90s, because I know that because my wedding colors were that forest green, and and it hasn't been around since. But I notice in a lot of the marketing, especially in online, that green is back, and I got a pair of green socks, right, this week. So now I got to find a nice green top to go with it. Maybe a nice green hoodie. That would be nice. You like my show and tell? It was funny because when I was a kid, my dad always had such interesting items, because being a cabbie, if somebody couldn't afford to pay their fare, he would take something of theirs until they could pay the fare, right? And so we ended up with a lot of interesting things, a really neat jewelry box. And when we'd have show and tell, it would be fun to dig in for a pocket watch or a Dunhill lighter, or mom's gold nugget earrings from the Klondike Queen. And I like and show and tell was really big and interesting. And maybe that was the beginning of my show and tells, because my dad's things were always so amazing and so interesting, and I knew the stories inside out, that the excitement the kids had when I would tell the stories and have the show and tell, maybe it inspired me to be a little bit more open as a child. Maybe it encouraged me. Maybe it laid the groundwork that I'm able just to come in and, right, have these conversations. I wonder, like, I do a lot of wondering, you guys. I do a lot of wondering, but whether or not it ever leads anywhere, I don't know. Right? Sometimes it's just a waste of time just to preoccupy us, right? From what we really should be concentrating on. Yeah, yeah. Well, as a kid, I know my mother made those braids on my head, and I really liked them. Everybody thought they were attractive. I got lots of compliments on them, but I never knew how to do them myself. But yeah, having it explained to me, well, you guys will see them because, right, because I go live every single day. So whatever day I decide to do those braids, and my hair is getting very, very long now. It needs a cut. Well, it needs some life somewheres. It's turning into a big frizz ball, and because it was just a work weekend, right? Right, you like to think you look nice when you start the day, but by the end of the day, right, a little bit of a rat woman, right, a little bit of a rat woman. But I'm really glad that you guys like my show and tell, because I get my stuff on payday. I pay for it on payday, and I bring it home, right? I don't even take it out of the bags. I just leave it in the bags because I know I'm going to do a show and tell. You didn't really want to do it out of the bags anyway, because, well, you're going to do a laundry day and everything has to be washed. That's a fabric, it'll have to be washed, and then you have to wash all the dishes before you put them away. So I don't want to be creating more work for myself. So it works out for me. It works out for me too. But like I said, I'm really pleased with my garbage pail. What a nice garbage pail that was. I was really happy to score that. Really happy to score that. I hope it serves me really well. I'm sure it will. Okay, you guys, let's tie this up. I will be back tomorrow. Um, in What's My Good Cheer, if you want to come in and say hi. Was Melvin here tonight? Oh my goodness, I thought Melvin was here. He's usually a little bit more yappier than he is tonight. Let me just come up here into the comments because I thought Melvin had popped in. Oh, here we go. No, Melvin wasn't here tonight. Oh my goodness. There's a first. Melvin has been in my live show, Chatters Live, almost every single day he catch. Oh yes, he was here tonight. Awesome. I didn't hear about the dogs. Okay. I have had to put 3 dogs down due to their old age and poor health. Very sad thing to do, but it's for the animal, right? And that's the thing. My sister will do what's right. She doesn't want her dog to suffer, but it's hard, right? Because these are your friends, these are your kids, and this is a part of my sister's life, right? Her daily routines are wrapped around those relationships that she has with her dog. But she'll heal fast, right? She'll heal fast, and right, maybe she'll grab a cat, maybe she'll get herself a cat. But my sister likes to travel. She's a bit of an it girl, right? So it will give her some time and free up some time so that she doesn't have to feel bad. She doesn't have to feel the guilt and shame, because even when she goes out with me, right? Sometimes she says, "Oh, it's time for me to go home. I can't leave Jojo home all by himself all day long," right? So it's just in that appreciation for her pet, right? Yeah. She'll do what's right. It is time, but you gotta feel it, right? Okay, coming down, way down to the bottom, because I had kept up on all those comments. And where are we starting? I read that. Germany. Okay. Okay, so let's start here. I hear you, Kathy. I've gone through many cartridge. I like the Okay, you're talking about the pen still. Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Thank you for popping in. This is our Sunday Live. A bunch of friends who have been hanging out together for years now, and some new, right? It changes all the time, but in our consistency, right? We have our crew, and we try to keep it light. It doesn't always work out that way, but it is what it is. It's a pleasant experience, and it's really nice to connect with people, right? I really look forward to my Sunday nights. And that is the truth. And some of these nights that I come home, like I said today, I was just poop, but because this is part of my life, right? This is Sunday is part of my life that right? I wouldn't miss this for anything. More suits, William. Oh my goodness. I like that white suit that you wear. That's a nice suit on you. Okay, perfect. So then tomorrow I'm just going to be doing my official stuff, my banking, and get my bus pass. And I'm just going to come home and, right, maybe get my laundry and my house stuff done so that Tuesday I can just apply it to the next day in our adventure, right? Right? So that's going to be really fun to edit a video, and I won't be so nervous that I can't figure it out, right? I haven't blown up my laptop yet, and it served me so good. Like I said, it took a beating. It had a lot of stuff it was holding on to and working with, especially with me. And it did fantastic. So I'm good with that. Wow. Isn't that funny? Because my mother hated the styrofoam too, Andrew. We weren't allowed to have it in the house. Sometimes it would be like at Easter time, it would be with the bunnies and things. Sometimes it would be with the Christmas presents in the boxes. But my mother would always warn us, like we knew to keep that sound down. And not only the sound, she hated that stuff being on her floors, right? Especially the little bubbly stuff. She hated that stuff being on the floor. Yeah. Still talking about the beds. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's awesome. Right? I had a great day to do today too, William. Right? It was hard work, and it was, yeah, it wasn't absolutely perfect, but it was a great day and how I felt about myself at the end of it, right? And how I felt about the people I work with at the end of it. Huh. Okay, you guys, let's say our goodbyes. I'm going to make something to eat now. I'm going to take a lesson. I'm going to get in my pajamas, right? Maybe put some of this stuff away because otherwise the cat's not going to be able to get out of bed when she's finished her nap. Oh my goodness. Oh, you can't go live. Did you see the outfits in the show and tell, Nancy, that I did? All the outfits that I picked up for your parcel? Well, I guess you can wait until Christmas, but look at that one. Look at that little dress I got ya. Right? Right? Look at these newborn pants. Look how tiny they are. Have you ever seen such a tiny pair of pants? They're little corduroys with little waists on them. Yeah, tons of little. Look at this one. Mommy's little tough guy, right? I got you a few things. The rest of that stuff, you'll see it. Oh, one more. Look at that tiny little sleeper that I got. Little boy sleeper with the little runners at the bottom of it. Okay, that's the last of it, Nancy. The rest of it will have to be a surprise. You guys, see you next Sunday. If we don't see you tomorrow, you can pop into my live. I'm not sure when I'm going to go live. Probably later on in the afternoon, right? We're going to probably try and aim for around 4 o'clock or somewheres, just around that time, only so that I could have the day to do what I need to do, and maybe pop in and visit my sister just to say hi, right? Keep in touch. Okay, you guys, have a great night. We'll see you next week.